Here's a quick lesson for those that are having either trouble with playing chords or almost anything, and often it's getting some strength, dexterity, and muscle memory in playing notes and playing them cleanly. Because if you're not playing a note cleanly, you're not really playing the note. The first thing is make sure your guitar is in tune. The most important thing is then you get ear training out of this so you know what a proper note sounds like. So if you get into bends, you can bend into the note because you know what the note should sound like. So it'll become important later on, but having a guitar in tune to start with whenever you're practicing or playing is very important, or you could end up where you don't even know if you're playing the wrong note or not. The second thing is it's a good idea to practice with a metronome. These are two metronomes. You can find phone apps for Android and iPhone that are free and do the same thing. And the important thing about this is time. A lot of guitar players have a bad sense of time, and I get a lot of studio work because the guitar players, while they can play the songs live, they can't play with a click track. Which is what you hear here, and or their time is so bad, it's not going to sound good when it's recorded, and you can get away with things live that you cannot with in the studio. So play with a metronome, and that way also you can judge your progress of what speed to set it at. So you notice that you can play cleanly as you increase it. And the third most important thing when practicing this or anything else is you play to the metronome with clean notes. If you're not playing clean, then you need to slow it down. Speed will come later, but always work at the pace that you can play clean notes. Otherwise, you're just going to be a fast, messy player as opposed to a fast, clean player. So work at the speed that you can play cleanly. If you can't play cleanly, slow it back down. Speed will come with time. This little exercise is something I still do 4 or 5 times a week at minimum. It's also I use as a warm-up exercise often when playing, and a lot of other people use it. It's just a chromatic run. It's first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, and then moving to the A string, first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, going to the D string, first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, and so on. And when you're on that high E, slide up 1 fret and go back down from to the second fret. So it's going to be on the 5th fret. So you're at the 2nd fret, and then go to the B string, 5th fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and then slide up again, and now you're at the 3rd fret, 1st finger. And so on, until you get up by the 12th fret. If you want to go higher, that's fine too. And then just reverse it. So when you're up at the 12th fret, slide it back down and reverse it. This, again, builds dexterity. It builds some muscle memory. It builds some strength. So that weak pinky. And again, play it cleanly. So if you're going and you're not getting a clean note with the pinky, slow it down to whatever it takes until you play that clean note. It will come. But that's the whole idea, is if you're not playing it clean, you'll never get it. It doesn't come from, magic or just because you've been playing a long time. It comes from actually playing a clean note. So that's a quick exercise. You should be doing this up and down the neck twice. I would say 4 to 5 times a week. At whatever speed you can play cleanly again. Don't increase that. And the other thing with a metronome is it keeps you at the same pace. Don't go where you're playing at one speed and then you say, oh, now I can flip it up faster, and then I go slower again. because your time is going to be permanently off. By playing a metronome and playing at the same tempo, which is what you do in a song, you play the same tempo the whole song. So even when playing scales or exercises, it should be the same tempo, not faster and slower just because you can do faster and slower. But if you do this 4 or 5 times a week, you should find an improvement almost immediately, and the more you do it, the better you get. And not just building speed, but again, playing clean notes. So that's it.